Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Vikas Yadav. I represent a market intelligence and consulting firm. The name is TechSci Research. At a TechSci Research, we have exposure to work in more than 85 countries, specifically into the automotive sector. Thank you for joining us today. I am here to present an outlook on EMEA automotive aftermarket ecosystem. The entire presentation is divided in two parts. First, we will talk about the numbers, as numbers are the one which decide the strategic course. The second part is all about the key takeaways of EMEA market. I start with the Europe market. To start with, automotive vehicle market. Automotive vehicle market stood at 16.7 million units in 2023 and expected to reach at the level of 25 million units. Out of these 16.7 million units, ICE contributes around 84% of the overall vehicle sales. 16% is contributed by the electric vehicles. By 2028, the share of ICE vehicles from 84% is expected to reach by 70%. Electric vehicles will reach at the level of 30%. ICE is going at the rate of 4.6% CAGR and electric is showing more rapid growth at the rate of 23% CAGR. This 16.7 million units is segmented across passenger cars, two-wheelers, and commercial vehicles. Passenger vehicles contribute maximum at their share of 76.8%, which is expected to reach at the 79% by 2028 out of 25 million units. Talking about the top key markets, about the European, so Germany is the number one country which is having 3.4 million units, followed by the France at 2.5 million units, Italy 2.1, Spain 1.3, and UK at 2.4 million units. Overall, the automotive fleet of European market stood at 383.3 million units, expected to reach at the level of 514.3 million by 2028. Talking about the specific country market, for Germany, the overall fleet is 61.8 million USD. The average age of passenger car is approximately 10.1 years, commercial vehicles 9 years, two-wheelers as 14 years. Now talking about the France automotive fleet stood at 50.3 million units. Passenger contributed around 78.9%, followed by the commercial vehicles and the two-wheelers. The Italy automotive fleet stood at 55.5 million units. Again, passenger cars contribute the maximum at 73.6%, followed by 16.4% of commercial vehicles. Average age of passenger cars in Italy stood at 12.2 and 15 years for the commercial vehicles. For the two-wheelers, it is estimated to be around 14 years. Talking about the Spain, the overall automotive fleet stood at 34.2 million units. Passenger car again contributed maximum at the level of 76.1, followed by 13.7% share. In UK, overall automotive fleet stood at 46 million. Passenger cars contributed 82.9% share, followed by commercial vehicles of 14.2% share. Now, when we talk about the European market, now I'm going to talk about the automotive aftermarket. Automotive aftermarket stood at 250 billion USD and expected to reach at the level of 290 billion USD. Within the European automotive aftermarket, out of 250 billion USD market, passenger cars contributes 70% of the share, followed by 21% of the commercial vehicles and 9% of the two-wheelers. Passenger car automotive auto component market is expected to grow with a CAGR of 3.1, commercial vehicles at the level of 3%, to reach at the level of 290 billion USD. Out of these 290 billion USD, 70.2% will be contributed by the passenger cars. This 250 billion market is further segmented by the type of component. Tires contribute around 22% of 250 billion USD market, followed by the engine oils, then brake system parts, then batteries, electric parts, lighting, automotive filters. Others contribute around 34%. Automotive filters is the one segment, tire are the ones which are showing significant growth in the next 5 years. Out of 290 billion that is expected to be in 2028, tires will contribute 22.7% of the share, followed by 18.5% share by the engine oil. Sorry. This over 250 billion market is segmented by the service channels. So 88.3 is contributed by DIFM, which is do it for me, followed by 7.2, that is OE delegating, and DIY, that is a do it yourself, is stood at 4.5. DIFM, that is do it for me, is expected to reach at the level of 84.6% of 290 billion market. Now I start with the Middle East automotive vehicles market. Automotive vehicle, approximately 5.2 million units were sold in 2023, which are expected to reach at the level of 6.9 million units by 2028. Out of 5.2 million units, 95% were contributed by the ICE vehicles, which will contribute around 87% of total 6.9 million units by 2028. Out of 5.2 million units, passenger car contributed around 58.2% share, followed by 25.1% share of commercial vehicles, then 16.7%. Overall automotive vehicle sales that is expected to be in 2028 of 6.9 million. Passenger cars will contribute 56% of the share, followed by the two-wheelers that is around 26.2% and commercial vehicles by 17.8%. Within the Middle East, Turkey, Israel, Saudi Arabia, United States, these are key markets. Turkey market stood at 2.15 million units, followed by the Saudi Arabia at 0.82 million units. Now talking about the Middle East automotive fleet. Middle East automotive fleet stood at 68.9 million units. 75.3% share was contributed by the passenger cars and 23.9% share by the commercial vehicles. 68.9 million units is expected to make 89.9 million by 2028. Average age within Turkey stood around 12 years for the passenger cars. For the commercial vehicles, it is 17 years, and for the two-wheelers, it is 10 years. Overall, Turkey automotive fleet stood at 23.1. UAE automotive fleet stood at 3.2 million. Automotive fleet in Saudi Arabia stood at 8.8 million units. Passenger cars again contributed maximum, that is 69.2% share of the 8.8 million. Within the Israel, out of 4.2 million units, passenger car contributed 82.3% share. Now talking about the Middle East automotive aftermarket, which stood at 35.8 billion USD and expected to reach at the level of 40.9 billion USD. Out of 35.8 billion USD, passenger car contributed 63.7% of the overall value, which is expected to be 61.1% in 2028. Talking about the specific market share of the component, tires contribute around 23.5% of share, which is expected to reach at the level of 24% share by 2028 of 40.9 billion USD market. Engine oil is the second largest segment at the level of 15.4% share, expected to reach at the level of 15.9 by 2028. Segmenting with respect to service channels, so it's a DIFM, that is do it for me, is the channel which contribute the maximum at the level of 90.9, and this channel will remain the prominent one by 2028 also. Now I'll start with the African market. Overall automotive vehicle that was sold in Africa were estimated at 1.7 million units in 2023, which is expected to reach at the level of 2.3 million units in 2028. Out of 1.7 million units that were sold in Africa, 97% were ICE engines. Out of these 1.7 million units that were sold in Africa, 56.1% share were for passenger cars, followed by 23% of commercial vehicles. Passenger cars will remain the key segment by 2028. Egypt, Morocco, South Africa, these are the top three markets. Egypt overall automotive vehicle sales were estimated at 0.149 million units. Morocco stood at 0.286 million units and South Africa 0.56 million units. Now, talking about the automotive fleet for African market, overall fleet stood at 66 million units. Out of these 66 million units, 51.9 was contributed by the passenger car segment, followed by 22.5 of commercial vehicles. Passenger cars will remain the key segment by 2028. Overall, 13 million units of automotive fleet that is there into South Africa. Passenger cars contribute around 58.6% share, followed by 29% of two-wheelers. In case of Egypt, out of 11.3 million units of automotive fleet, passenger cars contribute around 44.6. In case of Morocco, out of 6.5 million units, 46.6 is contributed by the passenger cars. Now, automotive aftermarket for Africa, which stood at 43.8 billion USD in 2023 and expected to reach at the level of 52 billion USD by 2028. Out of this 43.8 billion USD, passenger car contributed around 59%. It will remain the key segment by 2028 also. Within Africa, out of 43.8 billion USD automotive component market, tires are the major segments, followed by the engine oil. Tires stood at the share of 26.5 and it will remain the same, the largest share by 2028, followed by the engine oil that will reach by 14.2% in by 2028. Automotive aftermarket segmented by service channel. So DIFM that contributes the maximum at the level of 38.4% share. That will remain the key channel by 2028, which will reach at the level of 39.3% share out of 52 billion USD market. Now, talking about the overall EMEA automotive aftermarket. Overall automotive aftermarket stood at 329.6 billion USD in 2023, which is expected to reach at the level of 382.9 billion USD by 2028. Passenger cars will remain the key segment to contribute around 67%. In 2028, it will reach at the level of 67.7% share, followed by the commercial vehicles. For the overall EMEA automotive aftermarket component, tires will remain the key segment at the level of 22.8% in 2023 to reach at the level of 23.5% in 2028, followed by the engine oils. Especially talking about the service channels, DIFM, that is a do it for me, will remain the key channel at the level of 88.6% share to reach at the level of 86% out of 290 billion USD market in 2028. Now, that was all about the numbers. Now I'm going to start the second part of the presentation, which will talk about the factors which are shaping the aftermarket landscape in EMEA. The automotive aftermarket supply chain is a very complex and dynamic network when we are talking about EMEA as a landscape. There have been various key challenges that are happening in EMEA supply chain ecosystem, like demand forecasting. It is very difficult to predict the demand for various parts because of wide variety of vehicles, models, and the unpredictable nature of portfolios. Accurate forecasting is essential to maintain optimum inventory levels and avoid overstocking. Second challenge is there with respect to supply chain, that is the inventory management. Balancing availability with cost efficiency is very crucial to plan the inventory management. There is a challenge of supply chain disruptions because of the external factors such as natural disasters, geopolitical issues, and economic fluctuations, which will disrupt the supply chain. Contingency planning and robust supplier relationships are critical to mitigating these risks. Technological integrations are also one of the challenges that are happening into the EMEA supply chain because integrating IoT, AI, and blockchain into the automotive aftermarket supply chain offers enhanced visibility and efficiency, which requires substantial investment and change management. There is a challenge to handle the regulatory compliances because automotive aftermarket business bear a significant responsibility to uphold the highest standards of safety, emissions, and quality control. Failure to do so can result in legal repercussions and jeopardize their standing in the industry. The second, which is there are a lot of changes which are happening into the supply chain, and there is a time to embrace these changes. The first one is digital transformation. Digital tools and platforms are transforming the automotive aftermarket supply chain, improving inventory management and logistics through real-time tracking data, analytics, and automation. Sustainability concerns are driving the automotive aftermarket towards a circular economy model, reducing waste and cost through part reimbursement, remanufacturing, and recycling. Significant growth has been noticed primarily because of the e-commerce growth. E-commerce is transforming the automotive aftermarket, offering consumers and businesses a convenient, cost-effective ways to purchase a wider range of parts and accessories. Technologies such as 3D printing and additive manufacturing are transforming the automotive aftermarket by enabling faster, more cost-effective production of custom and low-volume parts. Custom-centric approaches are providing a superior customer experience through personalized services, loyalty programs, and responsive support is increasingly becoming a key differentiators for businesses in the automotive aftermarket. To conclude, the automotive aftermarket supply chain is undergoing rapid transformation due to technological advancement, shifting consumer behaviors, and an increasing focus on sustainability. By tracking challenges and adopting emerging trends, stakeholders can optimize the supply chain, ensuring the availability of parts and services while improving overall efficiency and customer satisfaction. Counterfeit parts, this is the one challenge that is an escalating threat to consumer safety and industry integrity. There is a need to adopt various measures to stop or pause the counterfeit product. Some of them include authentication technologies like holograms and security levels, RFID tags, NFC chips, unique identification codes, blockchain technology. Measures to manage the supply chain controls like supplier verification, track and trace systems, tamper-evident packaging are suggested to adopt for. Enforcement and legal actions are required, like introducing the strong intellectual property laws, collaboration with law enforcement, legal action against counterfeits. Public awareness campaigns, consumer hotlines are required to handle the counterfeit issues. Industry collaboration is needed so that they can do the information sharing and industry-wise initiatives such as developing industry-wide initiatives such as anti-counterfeiting task force or authenticated programs can be introduced. Overall, by implementing a combination of counterfeit measures, the automotive aftermarket can significantly reduce the prevalence of counterfeit parts, ensuring the safety of consumers, protecting brand reputations, and maintaining the integrity of the industry. Now, the third factor which is impacting the EMEA aftermarket is impact of electrification, which is happening across the industry. The unique component of EV like batteries, electric motors, and charging systems create new revenue streams for the aftermarket services such as battery diagnostic, repair and replacement, as well as charging infrastructure installations and maintenance are increasing in demand. The growing popularity of mobility solutions opens new market for aftermarket parts and services. Repairing and maintaining EVs require specialized knowledge of high voltage electric systems, battery management, and software diagnostic Traditional mechanics, they need extensive training to handle these systems safety and do it effectively. Suppliers often require technicians to be certified to perform work on their EVs, adding another layer of trainings and certification for repair shop employees. Overall, to summarize, the electrification of vehicles will undoubtedly disrupt the traditional automotive aftermarket model. With the decline in demand for some traditional services and parts poses a challenge, it also represents a significant opportunity for those who adopt and innovate. By embracing new technologies, developing specialized skills, and offering innovative solutions, aftermarket players can thrive in the evolving EV landscape. Now, talking about the consumer behavior, we did the consumer survey of around 5,000 consumers, and these are the top 10 factors which they consider as the most important one. So, among the key factors influencing purchase decision, most of the responded, around 79%, they choose brand as a major factor, followed by the 74% of the respondent who choose cost effectiveness as a major factor. To summarize, customers in the aftermarket often rely on trusted brands, meeting their needs effectively, builds trust, which is essential for fostering long-term loyalty. Policies are very much important in automotive ecosystem. Technological various governments, they are struggling with how to balance the need for innovation and competition with ensuring safety, environment protection, and fair play. There are some key areas which are linked with the policy-related initiatives, like setting clear guidelines for the quality, compatibility, and performance of aftermarket parts to ensure vehicle safety and prevent accidents. Addressing concerns about end-of-life vehicle disposal, hazardous materials, and ensuring aftermarket activities comply with environmental standards. Protecting consumer data collected through connected vehicle technologies and ensuring secure software updates for vehicle system are necessary with respect to data privacy and cybersecurity. Preventing monopolistic practices and ensuring a level playing field for all players in the aftermarket, including independent repair shops and parts suppliers, these are necessary for the fair competition. Overall, developing effective policies and regulations require a collaborative effort from various stakeholders, including government agencies, which are responsible for drafting and enforcing regulations, conducting safety testing, and ensuring consumer protection. From industry players, manufacturers, parts suppliers, repair shops, and trade associations need to provide input and work together to find solutions. Advocacy for safety, affordability, and fair practices in the aftermarket are required within the consumer groups. Now I have reached at the second final slides of my presentation to conclude the overall EMEA automotive market. So there are 4 critical factors which are very important when we talk about EMEA automotive market. Market is fragmented because the entire EMEA region is characterized by diverse culture, regulatory environments, and economic conditions. This fragmentation can make it challenging to establish a unified approach and standardized practices across the aftermarket. The lifespan of vehicles varying significantly challenges the EMEA aftermarket, particularly in developing market. The issue can lead to safety concerns, damage brand reputation, and undermine fair competition. Economic disparities, the region encompasses both developed and developing economies, leading to differences in consumer purchasing power and affordability of aftermarket products and services. There is a lot of potential for a strategic partnership. The rise of e-commerce platform is transforming the aftermarket landscape in the EMEA region, providing opportunities for businesses to reach a wider audience and streamline distribution channels. Utilizing data analytics can help businesses gain insights into the consumer behavior, demand patterns, and pricing dynamics, enabling them to make informed decisions and optimize their operations. Collaborations among manufacturers, distributors, retailers, and service providers can foster innovation, streamline processes, and create a more efficient and competitive aftermarket ecosystem. Adopting sustainable practices such as recycling and remanufacturing can help businesses meet growing consumer demand for environmentally friendly products and services. Initiatives promoting regional integrations such as harmonization of regulations and standards can create a more level playing field and facilitate cross-border trade in the aftermarket. So broadly, there are the four areas which can be instrumental to strategize to achieve this synergetic growth. The first one is standardization. Establishing common standards for quality, safety, and performance of aftermarket parts can help consumer trust and streamline operations across the region. Developing efficient regional distribution network can optimize logistics, reduce costs, and ensure timely delivery of parts and services that is in connection with regional distribution networks. Investing in digital platforms such as online marketplace and e-commerce platforms can provide a uniform platform for consumers and businesses to connect and transact. Knowledge sharing and collaboration among industry stakeholders are key drivers of innovation, problem solving, and growth in automotive aftermarket. To conclude, by capitalizing on these opportunities and implementing effective strategies, the automotive aftermarket in the EMEA region can achieve greater synergy, overcome challenges, and unlock its full potential for growth and innovation. But the collaboration is the key. Thank you very much. That was all about the presentation. You can scan this barcode if you want to download the entire white paper. Thank you very much.